Hello, my name is Leroy Blevins. Welcome to Mysteries and Histories. In this episode here, what I want to do is I want to talk about the fatal headshot to JFK. Now, as I point out in my research, as you see some of the images behind me, I've been pointing out for a long time now, for quite a few years now, the gunmen inside of shelter number 3. They took the fatal headshot and shot to Governor Connally. I point this out, and it's based on true facts. But then again, we still have the people out there says, well, we have the badge man, and we have this other man that was found in the Orville Nix film, which he's standing way in the back. Okay, so as I'm going to show you in this video here, which I'm going to use 3D models as well, and I'm going to show you that these things that people tells us, and they try to push the same issue and stuff to us time and time again because they want to prove that there was a second gunman there. I show the evidence that there was a second gunman there, but they don't want to present my research or my evidence because I have Oswald in with the assassination. They don't want to put Oswald in there, so they're going to say, well, here's the badge man, he was right here. As you notice, they push this time and time again. Here's a badge man. Okay, this is the badge man. He took the shot. He took the fatal headshot to JFK. So this right here, one image proves to us that JFK was assassinated by a gunman behind a picket fence. One image they're going to show you, but I show you dozens of images. I should not only show you the image of the gunmen and their locations, but I'm also showing you the shots they fired from that location. Okay, lining up. I'm showing you how the actual shots are being fired from that location. I'm showing you the assassin's view and everything else, and it also lines up with the eyewitness accounts too, which I'm showing as well. So I'm showing all this evidence: the shots, the gunmen with rifles, aiming rifles, firing rifles from that location. It was the fatal headshot JFK and the shot to Governor Connally. I have testimonies of eyewitnesses back this up as well and stuff. But then there's still people out there still pushing this. No, the badge man did it. The badge man did it. Or this gunman that was found in the Orville Nix film. They got a gunman right here that was found in an Orville Nix film. So they go ahead and manipulate us and have a guy stand there or have a guy take a picture of him and then they add him into the film. So basically they're altering the images now because they just taken a guy here and say, here's the gunman right here. When we look at the films and we study the films and watch it, actually this is what it is. There is no person there. It's actually just light coming through the trees, and it's just shadows is what we're seeing in the film. Because remember, the Orville Nix film is an indoor film. But when we're watching this, we can see there is no motion in this location whatsoever. But they're going to say that this, which I'm going to pull up here, they're going to say that is this man right here. Okay? They're going to say, tell us that this man here, as seen in the film, and he's not seen in the film, he was added into the film. Okay, he was added into the film because even the trees that's behind him don't even line up. But he's right here. Okay, he's back here. But we're seeing it, it's actually the shelter is what we're seeing right here because this is the shelter. But it's no, he's over here. But actually, this is part of the shelter, which I point this out in my research and stuff. But they're still going to tell us that no. And just like when they did, they go to Mary Mormon photo and they do this little outline, they do a little colorization and stuff like that. And it says, see, here's a gunman. Here's the badge man right behind you. When all they're doing is outlines again, they're adding to the image. Okay, they're altering the image in the cells to make it fit their story. So what I did was, I went ahead and I did some images, and I'm going to do 3D images as well, which I'm going to pull these up right now, and I'm going to show you, and I'm going to talk to you as we go along about this fatal headshot to JFK. As you see here, we have the fatal headshot location right here. Okay, we have my gunman that's right in this location right here. We have the gunman in the picket fence area, the so-called badge man. And we have this man here where they claim he was, but he's way back here behind the shelter and between the shelter and the picket fence area. Okay, he's back in this location here because this is where the end of the fence is, where they position this gunman at. Okay, so look at this angle here. Okay, only one person, if you look at from this angle here to here, he's going to hit this wall. This gunman don't even have a shot in line, period, from this location. Only person that has a clear shot location is right here in shelter number 3, this gunman right here. Because he's out right there in the open. He could take his aim and take a shot. He has to shoot through this brick wall. This gunman here can't even get him in line. So we're going to look at this angle now. Okay, here's the X, which I know you can't see because of me, but I placed the X right here. Here's the X in the street. Okay, now we're going to go up. Here's where the so-called badge man is. And here's their gunman way in the back now still. And here's my gunman right here. And as you see, I have a better, which I'll go ahead and do it this way so you can see it this way. As you see, my location, that gunman had a clear shot. This gunman here, the so-called badge man, ends up will have to shoot the wall right here before he can get a clear shot to JFK. And this gunman here is still way in the back. Okay, he's still way in the back. So he still ain't got the angle. Just like I also point out here too, if you notice, right here is a shot being fired. That's that fatal headshot to JFK. This is seen in the Orville Nix film. Here it is right here. Again, when we look at this angle, remember, he's way in this location, way in the back still. Okay, but I just put him right here, but he's way in the back. We got my man here, and we got the so-called badge man in this location here, which I'll go ahead and shrink this again so you can see. We have my location, that other guy, other assassin, way back here, and then a badge man here, and that's the location right here. Now we're going to look at this view. Okay, remember, he's still way back here where the fence area is, where it begins. We got the badge man right behind the fence area, which he's still almost 10 feet to 15 feet behind this brick wall here. And we got my gunman right here, which I found. As you see, no shots can aim this way because he can't even see from this location to where JFK limo is at that point, because this is where the X is. And plus, again, he's still sitting down and he's inside of a vehicle. This gunman here can't even get a straight shot to JFK because he'll end up shooting this wall before he wouldn't even shoot JFK. So we got two gunmen right here that can't even get a clear shot to JFK from these locations. But my location, where I found my gunman, that we could see in the films and images, we can see that he always has that clear shot. And every angle you look at, every picture you want to study and stuff, every angle, the location where the fatal headshot came from was shelter number 3, no matter which way you look at it. They could point out this, they could point out that, but we're looking at realistic now. Okay, we're not going basing everything on a story. We're going to base on realistic of what we can see and by the locations. Okay, there's no way a gunman can have a clear shot JFK from this location here, or even from this location here. Shelter number 3, they have clear shot, clear. He's take aim to JFK for a long period of time and take that shot. Now let's look here. Remember, he's still way in the back here. And then we have that so-called badge man over here. Who's got a better view? Okay, he can look straight down, take his aim straight down, follow him. Okay, he can't even get aim because as soon as JFK's limo reaches about in this location here, if you watch my cursor, he loses him in sight. He loses JFK in sight. He won't be able to see JFK until JFK gets to this point here. Then he can see him. Same gunman over here. He's still way in the back. He can't even see the road right now at this point. Okay, he can't even take aim from here. He's got to wait till JFK actually comes down here where these steps are for him to get a clear shot from back here where they place this gunman at. He would end up shooting one of these guys right here. He still couldn't get a clear shot to him. Like I said, we got that gunman there. He's way in the back still. He should be actually over here. But I'll put it right here for a minute because he's way on this side of the shelter. Then I have my gunman here, and then we have the gunman over here, supposedly the so-called badge man. Excuse me. And as you see, if you watch my cursor, which I'm going to point this out, let me shrink this a little bit. I want to zoom in right here. Now remember, like I said, oops, where did it go? Like I said, remember, this is a hillside. See these guys going downhill? Okay. Now, can you see, if you're standing right here, okay, if you stand right here, could you see this guy here? No, you couldn't. You couldn't even see this guy right here. And like I said, take a shot from this direction here, from behind the picket fence where that so-called badge man is, he's going to see this. He's the opposite side of this. He's not going to be able to see JFK's limo from that angle, from that view. There's no way. Now let's look at this. Remember, again, this guy's way back here still. This is where JFK was shot, the fatal headshot. Again, from this view, this gunman here has a clear shot. This gunman, the so-called badge man, is behind Stemmons freeway sign, behind the picket fence area right here. Still, only one has a clear shot is the guy inside shelter number 3. As I point out here, okay, in this model here, we have JFK's fatal headshot came here. Shot coming from this direction. Where's it going to push JFK? Off to the left, as we see in the films. He's being pushed to the left. He's only goes to the back because of Mrs. Kennedy. Okay, or if he didn't have that back brace on and Mrs. Kennedy wasn't holding him, when he got shot in the right side temple, he would have went straight over into her lap, which is to his left side. But I show people the gunman's location with rifles, aiming rifles, firing rifles from this location. Smoke trails come from this location. Shots being fired from this location. The gunman's view that he had plenty of time to take clear shots up. These gunmen didn't have no time to take aim, to take a shot, let alone have a perfect aim from these locations. But I also got testimony and stuff. I show the photographic evidence of where these shots came from. Like I said, when you look at this, we place a gunman, like this gunman here, that they claim so much, that's in the Orville Nix film. Look at this. The picket fence stops here. He would have been way behind the shelter here. Now you tell me, and if you're aiming this way, he would be shooting up this way. He'd be shooting up this way. He'd be shooting in the air or shooting way across over here to the other side of the shelters. Okay, that's where he'd be firing at because you see his rifles straight ahead. Okay, like I've always pointed out and I always tell people, when you see shots fired, what they're doing. My gunmen are aiming down, which is a proper way because they're on a hillside here. They be aiming down. The badge man, he's aiming straight ahead. He's firing straight ahead. So he's going to shoot over JFK's head. This gunman here, if there was a gunman there, he's going to do the same thing, shoot over JFK's head. He's not going to shoot JFK from this location. And the badge man can shoot from this location to JFK. Okay, so these are the things I point out. See the badge man right here. He'd be shooting over JFK's head as well because you have to be aiming down. That's why people, when I look at this, these are images I've done years ago. I think in 2009, 2010, I've done these images and I always had them in my files and stuff. And lately I've been going through my files and stuff and I'm bringing these back out to show people, different angles and different views and stuff like that, where the fatal headshot came from. Okay, they're constantly going to tell us that the badge man did the fatal headshot, or this gunman right here took that fatal headshot. Okay, but I showed you there's no way that they could take a shot from here. So that eliminates it because this is all they're basing on is these things here. They want to tell us that there was a second gunman there. They have to show the evidence that there was a second gunman there. Okay, but they're not. All they're doing is showing us one image. We have to look at it this way. We have to. The fatal headshot came from shelter number 3. No matter which way you look at it, they're the only location around Dealey Plaza where you can get a clear shot to JFK without having anybody in your view or any objects instructed in your view. Any other location, you're going to have people in your way. You're going to shoot around people. You're not going to have that much, just like you got James Files also talking about it. Now, I want to show you this real quick before I continue. I want, it really stands out, okay? Now, look at this. Okay, we know for a fact there's 2 gunmen here. 1 gunman here, 1 gunman here. And then there's this so-called man back here. And then we have the so-called badge man. But now we also have James Files. Claims that, hey, I was assassin. I'm the one who took out JFK. Why would he have 6 assassins or 2, 3, 4, 5 assassins in one location? You would have 1 guy up here, 2 guys over here, which none of these people even talk about the gunman here. Even the persons make these claims here didn't talk about these 2 gunmen here. People makes a claim about the badge man right here taking that fatal headshot. They don't even talk about these gunmen here. The reason why? Because they know the gunmen were here. But they want to point the gunman there, so their name can hit in that history books, so they can be that big star, so they can get all that fame and all that glory. And I'm in the history books now because I solved the JFK assassination case. Like I said, to me, it's not about solving it's not about the fame, it's not about the glory, it's about solving this murder case and put it to rest. Okay, I don't have nothing to gain from it. I don't have one thing to gain from it. Okay. I've lost more than I will ever gain. Basically, it's the truth. I've lost all my money that I saved working all them years to put my money and time into this case, and all that time and effort I put in this case, analyzing films and images and everything else. The fatal headshot came from shelter number 3, no matter which way you look at it. James File Stories is a false story. These two gunmen here are false information. They added them into the films. Now, people want to complain about altering images. Don't they alter images when they put a gunman in here in Orville Nick's film? Or when they place a gunman inside of Mary Mormon photo by outlining him and colorizing it? Because you can't even enter colorization on the bad man, which I'm going to show you right here. Okay. Is in this image here. Let's look at this bad man right here. Where's that picket fence? We don't even see that picket fence now. He's supposed to be in front of the picket fence. Well, they colored the picket fence his color of shirt. So they add his picket fence, the picket fence area, they add it to his shirt. They add this guy here in the picket fence area, color his shirt. Because basically they have the gunman behind the picket fence. But for them to add that gunman behind the picket fence, okay, he would have been standing right here or right here behind this brick wall. But they're not specifying he's behind a brick wall. No, they're saying he's behind a picket fence. But where's the picket fence out in front of them? There is none. So see, they just went ahead and did their little colorizations, did their little outlines, colored this different colors and stuff. So see, here's the gunman. Okay, this is the badge man right behind the picket fence area here. We can see it in the Mormon photo. Where's the picket fence at? We don't see it. All we see is the brick wall. And the Mormon photo does show some of the picket fence area. If you look at the Mormon photo, I don't have it in this file here, but I have it in my other files, okay, which I'll show it eventually. When I make another video, I'll bring that up and I'll show you. Well, here it is, actually right here. Okay. Oops. Because they sit there and says this is a so-called man right here. This is one, someone made another claim that this is the assassin right here, but you ever notice right here is actually the groundskeeper. But see, they have to have the man way tall to be up in this area here. As you see here, we see the picket fence area and stuff like that. But we don't even see the picket fence area from this point to this point here. As I point out in my other videos, how can they take aim and shoot JFK right there? They can't. There's no way they can take a shot here in the picket. And so they go ahead and colorize this location here, do the little outlines and stuff like that right here, and say, here's that so-called badge man when he wasn't there to begin with. Like I said, I want to make this video here. The fatal headshot, as you've seen here in this video, and by the angles and by different locations and stuff, the fatal headshot came from shelter number 3. Okay, it was one of the tramps, tall tramp, was the man inside the shelter, which I point that out in my research. Okay, I point that out in my research. I've already ID'd the gunman. This is the gunman that took the fatal headshot to JFK. Whether anybody wants to believe it or not, he was inside of shelter number 3. Okay, he was looking out the top window, as I point out in my research and in my books and stuff. This is how he was standing when he took that fatal headshot to JFK inside of shelter number 3. And as I point out in my research, if you watch the film and studied film and really analyzed the film, you will see that JFK was being pushed off to his left before he even bothered going to the back. And like I said, with Miss Kennedy pushing him back as well, that's what made him mainly go back. But mainly he was going to his left, as we see in the Zapruder film. Okay, and why JFK's head opened up, like we said, like I pointed out, we have this gunman here, this gunman here on Second Floor of the County Records Building. He took his shot to JFK. Here's that shot that struck JFK in the back of the head for the first shot. Okay, that's this shot right here. This hole right here, that's that shot that struck JFK in the head and went in 15 centimeters and stopped. And when it stopped at 15 centimeters, and then when the gunman inside shelter took his shot with JFK moving, it struck the other bullet inside of JFK's head, and it ricocheted going back out to the right side, and that's why JFK's head opens up right here, because that bullet made contact with the other bullet inside JFK's head. But I just want to make this video here. The fatal headshot, in fact, came from shelter number 3, the gunman inside of shelter number 3. as I point out in these images, you know, there's no way that a shot from these different locations, whether you call the so-called badge man, it didn't come from there. And it didn't come from this gunman right here that's supposedly way in the back where they claim from the Orville Nix film that this gunman right here took the fatal headshot. No, he didn't take no shot there because there wasn't no gunman there. That's just another false story. The badge man is another false story that people want to put in there because they're trying to get their names to be in the records, I mean in the history books, trying to get that fame and glory from it. Okay, it's all falsified information that was given out. The fatal headshot came from, and this is a gunman's view, fatal headshot came from the gunman inside of shelter number 3, as you see here. He had plenty of time to get bead on JFK and take that fatal headshot, and it's going to push him off to his left, as we see in the Zapruder film. The gunman inside shelter number 3 took the fatal headshot to JFK. That was one of the tramps. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to tell your friends about us. Share this video on your social medias and with other people and your friends and relatives, even your neighbors. Share this information. You'll find this information and a lot more in my book, Evidence of a Conspiracy, which is in the description down below. You can have a site you can get on paperback or Kindle. Thank you, and you have a pleasant day.